Here's a simple way to get efficient power on your forehand. Many players just swing their arm to hit the forehand. You want to rotate your body and have your body rotating be what pulls the racket through contact. Now to help me demonstrate this, I've got the Topspin Pro. To get your own for at-home practice, just use my link. It's in the description. I'm also going to pin it in the first comment. All right, coiling and uncoiling. How can we get efficient power on the forehand? The first idea is when we take our racket back, we really do it with just a unit turn where our body is rotating. So I'm hitting the ball this way. I'm going to rotate my body, doing so with both hands on the racket. If my opponent is over there looking at me, my goal is when I turn with both hands that they can see the back of my front shoulder. This is where the uncoiling will begin. Look at video footage of your forehand, and I'm going to show you some pros in just a second doing this. I want you to make sure that as your racket drops, that is when the non-hitting hand starts uncoiling. See, the racket and the non-hitting hand go back together, but then you uncoil or begin the uncoiling with the non-hitting hand as the racket is dropping. So I'm making two moves right here. I'm going to separate them so you can see them. There's the racket going down. Here's the non-hitting hand clearing out of the way. Those two things should happen simultaneously. You then begin unwinding, the arm is then pulled through contact, and then you can catch the racket if you'd like to hit the ball. Let me hit a couple. I turn, I drop the racket, and I go to feel like I'm waving to my opponent, and then I hit. So I turn, separate my hands. I just hit that closet door. Guess my swing needs to get smaller, right? This move right here. Let me show you some pros doing exactly this. So here's a great view of Djokovic taking the racket back with both hands, and then watch that his non-hitting hand goes forward as the racket goes down. See this move? So his left hand is back toward the back fence. It's actually closer to the back fence than his head. So that's because he took the racket back with both hands. But now he's going to move the non-hitting hand forward as the racket drops. So the non-hitting hand goes forward as the racket goes down. This is what you should be looking for in your own forehand. Here's J.J. Wolf hitting an explosive forehand. Let's check it out. Back with both hands. And then watch as the racket goes down and makes this move. That's when his left hand goes forward. He kind of brings the left arm in a little bit closer to the body than a lot of pros. But you can see that the non-hitting hand goes forward as the racket goes down. This is how you unwind into the forehand. Well, this guy needs no introduction. Taking the racket back with both hands, and then watch how the left hand goes forward as the racket drops. Look how that is synchronized. You don't want the left arm going forward, I should say the non-hitting arm going forward before the racket goes down, because then it's too early. So it's take the racket back with both hands and then move the non-hitting hand forward at the same time it's going down. This is how you unleash a huge forehand. And here's a perfect view of Serena. Look at the non-hitting hand, and since she's right-handed, that's her left hand. Look how her left hand goes across as the racket goes down. Look at that. That is perfect. That is the proper timing of the non-hitting arm beginning the uncoiling phase so that you can swing the racket through. Beautiful forehand. Now, if you're looking for people in your local area to play matches against or practice with, or if you want to find a coach who's close to you who can help you with your game, then use my link in the description and pinned in the first comment, playercourt.com/2minutetennis. When you use my link to sign up, you get 50% off. This is a real problem for most recreational players. So go out and film yourself hitting forehands and check the footage and compare it to what you just learned in this video. Take the racket back with both hands and then do not begin moving that non-hitting hand forward until it's time for you to begin dropping the racket. When these two movements happen at the same time, you will hit a gorgeous and powerful forehand. Work on this and there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.